information was so dangerous that, at least on how to attack the cars, that they canceled that engagement at the last minute. They decided people don't yet have the maturity to handle that information right now.
Son of a gun. So with these new computerized cars, what are the dangers? I mean, besides getting hacked?
Well, let's see. Besides them controlling your steering wheel and brakes, they could turn off the car abruptly. And right now, it's a new and developing field.
Mm-hmm.
Very few people involved with it, but it's a scary proposition. You could purchase this new state-of-the-art computer. So that are, they're expecting these computers that drive themselves to come to market very soon. I'm even seeing them in TV shows and movies, and somebody could just stop your computer remotely. But I'll tell you what else is scary. Even though they developed this anti-hacking device,
mm-hmm.
I can already see where there could be flaws with those devices. What if it reads your pattern wrong and you need to slam on your brakes to avoid a sudden collision? What if the anti-hacking device actually stops that and it causes an accident? So clearly they have a lot of research left to do.
All right, we're going to talk more about this on the other side of the news at the bottom of the hour, but let's get into the other topic we're going to be talking about, Corey, is how to speed up your slow computer. And I think this is a problem that everyone around the world has had.
That's right. You pick up a brand new computer and you turn it on, sometimes in the store and sometimes when you first bring it home, and it runs so fast. And sometimes even after that first day, all of a sudden your computer doesn't run so quickly anymore. And it can be due to so many reasons. It can be due to the initial round of Windows updates if you buy a Windows-based computer. It can be due to popular software. I can think of a few examples of programs that really hog space, Apple iTunes being one of them. Whenever you download iTunes, instead of running just one process for that one program, it actually spawns 6 processes at once. So it's a real memory hog. And sometimes computer manufacturers entice people to buy computers at low prices by giving them low RAM initially. Mm-hmm. That's one of the ways they cut down on the cost. So sometimes you buy a computer and it has 2 gigs of RAM, which sounds like plenty, but 2 gigs of RAM just isn't enough anymore.
Really? What would you suggest? Like, I remember the first PC desktop I bought that was IBM compatible. Wow, 64K RAM. Whoa!
I remember that. My first computer also had 64K, and that was an amazing piece of equipment. We had it for years, and but we've blown that out of the water. I see 2 gigabyte computers now, computers with 2 gigs of RAM, and they're just crawling along. They just can't handle the most commonly used programs anymore. And actually, antivirus software is a number one cause of slow computers nowadays. And I see certain combos that don't work very well. It seems like McAfee doesn't work well with Windows 7.
No, it doesn't.
Slows that down. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we installed McAfee because it came with our Bell Fiber system here. And a number of our software stopped working.
Yeah. It's sometimes it's too effective. There's necessary programs that you need just to function, and it will shut it down. And I talk to engineers and architects, and their video software is determined to be bad by their McAfee, Norton, or other antivirus program.
Are we giving too much power and too much authority to these people based on our need for self-protection? And is this need actually being presented? Is there a threat, or is this threat being actually manufactured by the by the software that's supposed to be protecting us.
Well, it's kind of scary. I think a lot of people don't have enough time to spend
Mm-hmm.
to find out how to properly secure their computer or what really to look for. So they buy these expensive antivirus suites and they slow your computer down. And it seems like sometimes they're more effective at blocking out the good than the
Right.
bad. And to make it worse, I would say most antivirus suites out there right now,
Mm-hmm.
they actually, how do I want to say it? I'll have to get back to that one later. I had a point, but sometimes we lose it along the way. But going back to slow computers,
Right.
upgrading your RAM is one of the number one things you can do to speed up the computer. That will do more for you than uninstalling programs, buying PC cleaners, buying new processors. Upgrading your RAM is the number one thing you can do and is relatively cheap compared to the other solutions.
It's been my experience, Corey, that you should bring your computer to an authorized computer dealer, whether they sold you your computer or not, because there are so many mom and pop corner computer shops these days, and I don't believe that 3/4 of them know what the hell they're talking about.
Oh, yeah. And the technology advances so fast.
Mm-hmm.
I work with people who work for Hewlett Packard and DEC for years, and they are absolute experts on technology of the 70s and 80s. They know everything about it,
Mm-hmm.
but something like Windows 8 will really throw them for a loop. So it's hard to keep current sometimes.
They're already dinosaurs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's scary. And actually, that reminds me of something else. If you call in to your computer manufacturer, troubleshooting a slow PC is actually one of the most difficult things
Mm-hmm.
that you can call in about. It's very rare to get it resolved on the first call because they're only experts at the computer itself. They're not experts at the router. That can sometimes cause a slowdown in some limited cases. They're not an expert in all the software that you have on the computer. So sometimes it's better to go to a third party that is just able by policy
Yeah.
to troubleshoot something other than the computer itself.
Corey, you and I have to take our break at the bottom of the hour. Please stand by, X Zone Nation, if you'd like to contact Corey. It's very simple. Just go to www.xzonetechzone.com. That's XZonetechzone.com. And you'll be able to contact Corey. Ask him questions right there on his site. We'll be back on the other side of this break. Don't go away. My name is Rob McConnell, and I would like to tell you about a very special lady that I have the pleasure of knowing, and that's Miss Sylvia Anthony. Sylvia Anthony believes the golden years are a time to gear up and get busy, not relax and take it easy. She has faced many hardships in her 84 years, but they have made her stronger and more determined. As founder and president of Sylvia's Haven, a shelter for women and their children near Boston, Sylvia has helped transform over 1,086 lives in the past 27 years, not only with housing, but also providing direction as to where they can go to develop the earning skills they want and need to live free from difficult domestic situations. Sylvia's Haven is everything to Sylvia Anthony, even calling it her magnificent obsession. Women who qualify for the program at Sylvia's Haven receive assistance via guidance counselors to find the appropriate job opportunity. Women and their children may remain at the housing for up to 2 years. At the end of this time, or sooner, a woman who is successfully employed and has an apartment or home may leave Sylvia's Haven to begin a new and independent life. Now this is where you come in to help make Sylvia's dream into a reality. Sylvia's dream is to have a Sylvia's Haven in every state to help as many women and their children as she can, and to help this dream come true. A crowdfunding site has been established which can be accessed at www.sylviasdream.org. Now that's www.sylviasdream.org. With your financial help and support, Sylvia Anthony will continue to help those in their time of need, not only in the Boston area, but with her dream of having a Sylvia's Haven in every state of the United States. Your help is needed to make Sylvia's dream come true. Please visit and give at www.sylviasdream.org. Once again, www.sylviasdream.org. And remember, the only difference between a dream and reality is just doing it. We need your help to make Sylvia's dream come true. Visit www.sylviasdream.org. Once again, www.sylviasdream.org. For the X Zone Radio TV show and the X Chronicles newspaper, I am Rob McConnell. Now you can dial in to listen to the X Zone Radio Show from anywhere in the world with Rob McConnell 24/7, 365 by dialing 213-401-0080. That's 213-401-0080. If you have a mobile phone or landline, the X Zone Radio Show with Rob McConnell is now at your beck and call at 213-401-0080. That's 213-401-0080, 24/7, 365.
This is the X Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
Corey K is my guest this hour, www.xzonetechzone.com. Corey, before we get back to talking computers, what is your take on all these cell phones and VoIP companies that are coming up? Do you think that they're going to overrun the established companies like Bell Canada, Verizon, Time Warner?
I don't think so. I think they're going to make a good run at it, and people are going to pay attention, and there may be one or two that enjoy some limited success, but the bad news is the traditional telecoms are so well capitalized that they're probably going to buy out or take over some of the successful ventures. So I see the major traditional telecoms actually incorporating that technology, but I think they'll still be the top dogs when it's over.
Yeah, to me, there's nothing better than a landline. You know, like good old, remember when it was just copper wire and now it's fiber optic. We get these people who come on the show who use these VoIP, different companies, and we'll be talking, and they don't realize that the quality of their feed or their conversation is only as good as the number of people that are using the feed at that time. The more people that use that service, the worse the communication gets.
Oh, yeah, it's very unreliable. I know they've made modest improvements over the last 10 years, but it's still very unreliable. I don't remember a conversation recently that I've had yet that didn't have interference, and heaven forbid you try to talk on the phone and surf the internet at the same time. You're asking for trouble there.
Yeah, because people are so used to the the speed and the quality that you have when you now fiber optics a totally different